So let's be here together. The seat, nature around us, our home surrounding us. Maybe even just imagine stepping onto this bridge that is our practice. Maybe in the busy day behind us, our evening on the other side, and just being here, enjoying the moment. Let's feel our natural breath in the body. Knowing that your natural breath might be different than the person beside you, and that's okay. Our yoga practice is that of aligning with our true nature and aligning with where we are in the present moment. Not where we want to be after Shavasana, but where we are right now. I came across a quote as I was looking for another one. I'm going to share it so we can allow it to guide our practice today. And it was Charles Bukowski, and he said, "Drink from the well of yourself and begin again." Drink from the well of yourself and begin again. So this afternoon, we're going to fill that well with nourishment and renewal, breath and movement, mindfulness and presence. And give ourselves permission to begin again. Wherever we begin from is entirely up to us. It might change from moment to moment. We might begin again 100 times in our practice. So as we step onto this bridge from the day to the evening, let's allow ourselves to begin again. Let's open with the sound of one Om together. We'll exhale out the breath. Inhale. Exhale. And whenever you're ready, you're welcome to sit in a seat, feeling the breath. Or if you'd like, you can come right up to a downward facing dog. We're going to get going right out the gate today. Now, in this downward facing dog, let's find the earth beneath the feet, beneath the palms. And ground down. Making any movements and dipping the knees or rocking side to side, bending elbows a lot or a little. Send that chest, the heart towards the tops of the thighs. Just arriving with a few breaths here in our downward facing dog. Now imagine this, our bridge, that symbolic bridge from afternoon or from the day to the evening. And now let's walk our feet towards our hands, but little tiny steps. Drawing the belly button in, feeling the shoulders stack over the hands as we get closer. And maybe we come onto our fingertips or we bend the knees, but walk those feet towards the hands. When you get to the top, pause at the top. Let's maybe grab opposite elbows and hang. Let the arms fall down to the ground. Maybe we bring them to our hips and pinch the shoulder blades together. Maybe we bring our hands in prayer behind our backs and releasing the fingers and holding hands towards the sky. Or if the hands are on the hips, point the elbows to the sky. And now let's bend our knees and slowly begin to roll up. Stacking the spine, rolling the hips over the ankles, and then the knees over the ankles, hips over the knees, shoulders over the hips. Nice. Let's bring our hands to the sky. Let out a sigh, interlace the fingers again, and just go over to the right. A little lateral stretch. And now back to the middle. Exhale, sigh it out over to the other side. And now come back to the middle. Step the feet just a little bit wider than hip distance. Let's bring the arms out like a T and just kind of sway side to side. Arm goes back. Try to keep the hips forward as we just kind of twist and then go to the other side. Kind of getting some movement side to side versus forward and back. And then bring the arms out like a T. Shoulders stacked over the hips, arms come above the head. Bring the feet back under the hips. Let's exhale, fold it forward. Let it go. Inhale, bring those hands to the tops of the thighs. Shift the weight into the balls of the feet. Lengthen through the spine as if someone were kind of pulling a string at the crown of your head. Lengthening from the spine out the back and out the crown of the head. And then shifting the weight into the balls of the feet as if you were peering over that well. Looking for that penny that you just dropped in to make that wish. Lengthen through the spine. Bend the knees, exhale, fold it forward. Bend the knees, rise up to stand, inhale. And then exhale, let's sit in our chair, Utkatasana. We'll be tucking that pelvis, letting those legs fire up. We can't deny that. And then bring the hands to prayer. And then with those feet grounded, try to keep the knees side by side. Open the arms out like a T, and let's move again. Keeping those hips and knees forward. The arms come to reach from the front to the back. Knees are side by side. Nice, good. And then go to the other side and exhale. Hold it for a few breaths. And then if you want, you can go side to side, like a little windmill. A windmill, maybe, I don't know, something that does this. Moving from one side to the other. Feeling the legs burn just a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. And then next time you bring everything back to the middle, keep the shoulders over the hips, reach the fingertips towards the ground. Sweep the hands up towards the sky and then stand. Relieving some of that burn. Exhale, bring the hands to the side. Let it go. Wiggle out the knees, maybe hula hoop the hips if you need to, or just rock onto the balls, under the heels. Crack the toes, stand up tall. Crown of the head reaches for the sky. Arms sweep up above the head. Exhale, fold it forward. Uttanasana. Inhale. Now exhale, let's step it back to downward facing dog again. Maybe the heels reach for the floor. Maybe they just hover over the ground. Let's inhale. And now exhale, lower down to the knees, the chest and the chin. Pause here. The elbows kind of reach towards the sky. The hands are maybe underneath the shoulders or beside the hips or beside the ribs. And then let's inhale, drop the hips, tops of the thighs, tops of the feet to the ground. And let's find our cobra. So maybe our hands hover and the heart lifts with an active back body, or we can press the hands down into the ground, activate the back body and lift the heart. So find what works for you. If you're going to be low and hover, or low and with the hands, or if you're going to be high with those hands down. We're going to be here for 3 breaths. Get comfortable, get present, and fill your well. Nourish yourself. And let's exhale, come back to child's pose. And maybe we begin again. Few breaths in our child's pose. And let it go. Inhale. Exhale, roll up onto the knees. Bring the hands in front. And let's lower down. Knees, chest, chin again. The sits bones are reaching for the sky or for the ceiling. And then we'll inhale, find your cobra or baby cobra wherever you land. Let's be there for 3 breaths. If you're in full cobra, let those elbows drop so the shoulders aren't like earrings. They're kind of down so we don't get a sore neck later. Breathe in. Now exhale, let's come back, lifting the hips. Bring the knees mat distance apart. And the hands are in front of the shoulders. And let's just do 3 little push-ups. Bring the toes, big toes together, knees are wide. Bring the elbows lower down. The chin might come to the ground. And exhale, press up. Inhale and lower. Exhale, press it up. Inhale at the top and hold the breath. Lower. And exhale, press up. Pause at the top. Curl the toes under. Let's find Adho Mukha Svanasana. And there we are. Adjust the feet, adjust the arms. And settle into our downward facing dog. And now walk those feet, little baby steps towards the hands, crossing that bridge. It might take 20 steps to get there. Stacking the shoulders over the wrists as we move. When we get to the top, pause. Feet can be together or they can be apart. But sit back in your chair and sweep the arms up to the sky. Tuck the pelvis. Hands in prayer out like a T up to the sky. Find what works for you. Find what's going to nourish and fill that well of yours. Inhale. Exhale. Deep breath in. And now let's exhale, bring our hands to our hips. Finding some stability. Ground into that right foot. Lift the left leg up and step the left leg back. And then inhale, sweep the arms up, crescent lunge. And then settle into that front leg, bending the knee on the ball of that back foot. And then let's bend the left knee, but we're not going to touch the ground. We're just going to hover and then we're going to straighten. We'll do it 2 more times. Lower down. Inhale up. Exhale, lower down. Now inhale up and rise and stay here. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. Ground into that right foot, let's step it forward. Send the left leg up and out. And then cross that left leg over the right. And if you want, you can bring that left foot behind the right calf, or you can just be at the side. And then we're going to inhale our arms up above the head. Sit down in your chair, our eagle legs. And exhale, arms come out in front, left arm under, right arm on top. And maybe bring the backs of the hands together or the palms together. Here's our eagle legs, eagle arms. Maybe lifting the elbows up towards the shoulders. Yeah, wherever that top leg is fine. Maybe the ankle is kind of stacked on the leg, and that's okay too. Just kind of standing one leg, a little balancing pose. Another deep breath in. Good. Let's exhale to bring our heart parallel with the ground. Uncross that leg. And then if you want, send it all the way back or just step it down and tap that left foot to the floor. So the left toe can be on the ground, or if you want, you can extend it out long. Breathe in. And on an exhale, release those arms. If you haven't already, you can bring them out like a T. And then let's step that left leg back, sweep the arms up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, lower that knee all the way down. Breathe in. Top of the foot comes to the floor. Nice, guys. Let's exhale, straighten that front leg. The heel goes forward. And then we can humbly bow over that leg. Lengthy leg. Bow the head. Flex the foot towards the face. And fill that well. Maybe close the eyes. And begin again. And sigh. Offer a deep breath in. Let the breath fill that right leg that was just so strong, the right glute, the right leg, the right foot that held us up and gave us balance. Now exhale, let's bend the right leg. And then however makes sense to you, plant the hands, send the right knee back, bring the knees wide, and then find child's pose. And exhale in your child's pose. Maybe you want to lie down on your stomach for a little crocodile maybe. Find what's going to allow you to renew in a few breaths. One more in-breath, followed by your out-breath. And now inhale to look up at the hands. Notice where they are in space. And then we'll exhale, find downward facing dog. Sigh it out. Breathing in. Exhale, breathe it out. Now inhale, step that left foot forward. Ground the ball of that right foot. And then once you get that base and you feel grounded, we can rise up with our hands to the sky, shoulders out of the ears. They're not earrings, they're not earmuffs. We're going to create some space because sometimes we shrug those shoulders up. So find some space, find that balance, find that foundation. Inhale. Then exhale, lower the right knee down and then lift it up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, let it all go. Inhale, lower. Exhale, sigh. Breathe in. Exhale, we can bring those hands to the hips. Shimmy the shoulders, shine the heart forward. Take a deep breath in. Now exhale, leaning forward, grounding into that left front foot. Feel the left leg active as we inhale to drag the right leg forward, bring it up, and then cross it over the left. Maybe finding the right foot behind the calf. And our arms can come up to the sky as we set. The foot heavy, the hips heavy to ground us. And then when you're ready, maybe you add the arms. You can always just come into prayer pose if you want. Again, you can have that ankle on top of the leg. And then if you want to add the Garuda arms, the arm is out, right arm out, left arm on top. And maybe the backs of the hands or the hands come together. And find some surrender. And exhale. Breathe in. Let it go. And on your next exhale, straighten that left leg just a little bit so we can hinge. The heart is parallel with the floor. You can unwrap the leg, or maybe the arms unwrap first, but then you can come into your variation of your warrior three. So maybe that right foot is down, kickstanded on the floor. Maybe the right leg lifts. So find what's going to fill your well and support this journey across the bridge or in life, renewing our souls, renewing our physical bodies. And then when you're ready, exhale to lower that foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Ground and land after those eagle legs, eagle arms. And then fold it forward to frame the front foot, lower that knee down, and send the hips back. Flex the left foot towards the face. And then surrender in our Ardha Hanumanasana. Bringing our gaze inward. Maybe closing the eyes as we press that heel down, flex the toes to the face. And sigh. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Inhale. Now exhale, let the breath go. Now bring the left foot towards the ground, but we're going to pivot towards the long edge of our mat. So the left foot pivots and the right knee pivots. Bring the right knee maybe away from the foot. We're going to set up for our gait pose. So our left leg is long, the right knee is underneath the hip. Bring the arms out, and let's reach for the sky. Whenever I say that, I was going to say, reach for the sky, you filthy animal. So I'm just going to say it. Reach for the sky, you filthy animals. Like in Home Alone, I don't know where I heard that. But reach for the sky. Maybe bring the corners of your mouth to the sky. Exhale to bring the arms out nice and wide, and imagine you're reaching the fingertips as far as you can out. The left leg is long. Let's reach the left hand on that leg. Maybe it hovers over the leg or it can land on it. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Try to send that right hip forward. And then we'll exhale, bring that right hand to the ground or to a block. I'm going to grab a block for myself. And this is kind of a variation of our side plank, right? So reach up. Maybe you want to bring that right leg long, and you can do that if you want. So you can bring that right arm down and the right leg out for a full side plank, or you can come into our Ardha our half circle pose. And now let's exhale, bring the arms out like a T again, you filthy animals, up to the sky. And then we're going to melt our heart forward. So fold the arms forward, walk the hands out. This might not feel good for you, and if it doesn't, just bring that knee in and come into puppy pose, because this is just a variation of puppy. You can either have the left leg out or you can bring it in. But we're going to melt the heart forward as the hands come down. Letting the breath come and go at its own pace. And maybe beginning again. On your next exhale, begin to walk the hands towards the body. If the left leg was brought in, send it back out. We're going to reach for the sky. I know you guys are going to say that every time I say that. Reach for the sky. And we're going to come into our half circle again. So hand to the block on the right side, left arm up and over. Maybe you bring that right leg long for a full side plank, or you can leave that knee down. Let's fill our well, guys. It's been a while, right? It's been a journey. Breathe in. If you're in full side plank, bring the knee to the ground. On an exhale, bring the arms out. Then to the hips, bring the left knee in. Switch the block to the other side if you had a block, and then send the right leg long. Send the hips forward. Inhale, reach the arms up. Yeah, nice job, guys. And then exhale out to the side, and then down that right leg, left arm reaching for the sky. Imagine the heart filling the front of the body, the back of the body, and the sides. The lungs filling. Then exhale, bring that left hand down to the block, right arm to the sky. Find some freedom in this Ardha Malasana, half garland pose, half circle pose. Maybe closing the eyes, feeling from the fingertips to that foot that's on the earth. Noticing the hips, whether they're lifted in Vashi, Sthasana, or Ardha Malasana. If your knee is lifted, bring it down to the earth. And then we'll exhale, come back to center, arms reaching for the sides. And then up to the sky, we're going to melt our heart. So walk it forward, walk the hands forward to the earth. That right leg can stay out, or bring that knee underneath the hips. And here we are. Exhale to lift the head and begin to walk the hands towards the knees. Stack the hips over the knee, the shoulders over the hips, then draw that right knee in. And from here, we're gonna come into our camel pose. So those camels are out looking for a well, right? So we're gonna fill that well so we can water the camel. Roll the shoulders up and back over the hips. Maybe curl the toes under. Let's imagine that heart as we lean back. Imagine the heart lifting up as we go back. So we're gonna put our hands in our back pockets to press the hips forward. And maybe to keep us honest, we can bring a block between the thighs. So that'll keep our thighs rotating inward towards each other. So active thighs, toes on the earth, hips are forward, and then lift up through the chest. As the hips go forward, we can just drop the head back. Make sure you can still breathe and maybe do a practice swallow so your head isn't too far back. We don't want it to drop too far back. Gentle back bend. Exhale. Another deep breath in. Now exhale to bring the chin to the chest. Beginning to stack the shoulders over the hips. Let's bring our arms up to the sky. Bring the knees wide, drop that block. Bring the tops of the feet to the floor. And then move the block out of the way as we sit back in our child's pose, hands reaching forward. The hips are nice and heavy, and feel that low back that we just compressed. Feel it stretching. One more breath in child's pose. Then we'll exhale, finding downward facing dog. And with our awareness on that low back, bring those heels towards the earth. You don't have to touch, or bring them towards the earth. The sit bone to the sky, hands to the earth as well, and feel that back lengthen and the lungs expand. And sigh. Maybe noticing the back regulate just a little bit after our back bend. And now let's inhale, step our right foot forward. It doesn't have to be between the hands, just a little bit. And then step the left foot forward. It's towards the right foot, but maybe like a foot or two behind it. Lower the left heel down. And then let's roll up to a standing position, our feet grounding as we lift the shoulders and the head and the heart. So our feet ground. We're just a little bit apart, not too far. We're going to reach up for the sky again. Yogi's choice. You could grab opposite elbows behind the back or bring the hands towards that back pocket. Hinge at the waist. Bring the heart parallel with the floor. Try to keep that front leg straight, but bend it as much as you need. Pause with the heart over that toe. And you can stay here, or maybe you exhale, fold, and bring the forehead towards the leg a little more. You can release the hands, let them long, then reach for the floor. Be heavy. Breathe in. Now exhale, bend that front knee, place the hands on the earth. Maybe we come onto the left or the right foot and lift the left leg to sky, little standing splits. And then exhale to bring that left foot to meet the right. Step the right foot back, kind of in the same area where that left foot was. Ground your feet. And then let's rise up to stand on the other side. Really slow because we've been inverted for a little while. Let the arms come down. Nice job, guys. Let's close our eyes, bring our gaze inward. Maybe bringing awareness to the breath, the texture of the breath, the rate of the heart. And then we'll inhale to sweep the arms up and begin again. Bending that front knee as we exhale, hinge at the waist. We get halfway, we can bring the hands to those back pockets or to the hips. You can grab opposite elbows. You can remain here, half, fold, or you can go all the way, bending or straightening that leg, bending as much as you need. To humbly bow. Parsvottanasana. Just exhale to rise, bending the front knee as much as we need to. Slowly bring those shoulders over the hips. Release the hands. And then step the right foot to meet the left. Let's find our mountain pose. 3 breaths to begin again. Reach our arms up to the heavens. Gather all that love and light, illumination. Draw the hands together. And then bring those hands in front of the heart in prayer. Take a moment to bless yourself and to thank yourself for being here. Bringing in some gentleness and self-compassion, even more than we have already. Let's remind ourselves that there's nowhere that we need to go and nothing we need to do. That we're here for our practice and that we're here for one another. Let's inhale, reach the hands up to sky one more time. And exhale, one more forward fold, Uttanasana. And then making our way down to the earth, bringing the knees down. And then just finding whatever position is going to get us to find those props and grab those props for our first restorative posture, which is going to be a little supported child's pose. So if you have a block, you can place a pillow on top of a block. You can also just place a pillow or a bolster on the floor. It depends on kind of what's most comfortable for you. And then we're going to bring our knees on either side of the bolster. Bring the big toes together or whatever is comfortable. And remember that in our restorative postures, we're here for like 7 to 10 minutes. So we really want to find that spot that feels really nice, and we can know that we can always adjust as we need to. But we're going to practice and tune into that feeling of being supported. So however feels supportive for you in your child's pose. If this doesn't feel good on your knees to have them bent, then we can just leave our legs long and rest on the bolster like this. We want to bring our heart and support the front of our hearts. And so with whatever you have, find a way to support that heart as we fold forward. Signaling to that nervous system that we're in a sacred space as we fold. And coming into some rest. And maybe we bring our elbows wide so we can really melt into the pillow or the cushion. The shoulders can relax, and those traps from the base of the neck to the shoulder, that part of the body can soften a little bit. You can even bring the arms behind you towards the feet. If that helps relax those shoulders. Allow the feet and the shins and the knees to become one with the earth. To be that support. To be supported. Maybe we breathe in for a count of 4. And out for a count of 6. And then in for 4. And out for 6. So allow yourself to truly be supported. It's along the back body where we energetically receive. And so that well that is you, imagine whatever you need, whether you know what it is or not. So imagine it filling your well. Your well filling with nourishment, renewal, and whatever it is you need. And if your mind begins to wander, just visualize yourself as a well. And anything you need, even anything you want, filling your well. Perhaps breathing in through the palms of the hand. Let the breath fill the body and exhale out the soles of the feet. Inhale through the soles of the feet. Fill the body and exhale out the palms of the hands. Inhale through the palms of the hands. Exhale out the soles of the feet. Inhale through the soles of the feet. And exhale out the palms. Let's imagine any fatigue being met with sleep and restoration. Any frustration being met with serenity. Confusion being met with clarity. And dread being met with hope and promise. So allow yourself to be filled. Maybe we soften. Maybe we release. Allowing yourself to begin again. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Breathe in. And let it go. And next breath in, we wiggle the fingers, open and close the hands. And then exhale to press up just a little to kind of move the head side to side. And then we'll lift up off the front body, off the bolster. And we're just going to roll right over or bring ourselves to a seat, however you want to look at that. When you come to a seat, maybe we round the spine just a little. Maybe move the head and the neck side to side. And let's bring our back onto the bolster or the cushion or the pillow to recline back. And I like to bring a blanket roll under my neck. I kind of roll it, or if you have a towel, you have one now, you can bring one next time, but just a little roll under the neck goes a long way. And now your legs can be long, or they can be to soles of the feet together. But also bring the soles of the feet apart at mat distance and let the knees come together. You want the legs to be effortless. And then you can let the arms come out to the side. You can rest them on blocks or other blankets. Now we're just going to fill the front of our hearts. The front of our body energetically. with all of our weight in the back of the body, grounding us down. Maybe inhaling for that count of 4. And exhaling for a count of 6. Inhaling for 4. And exhaling for 6. Allowing yourself to just be. Maybe a mantra keeps your mind steady. Maybe an Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Giving ourselves permission to begin again as many times as we need. In a week, in a day, in an hour, in a conversation. In a pandemic. Giving ourselves that option. And we're practicing that right now. Our yoga practice gives us that self-awareness to know when we need to begin again. Gives us the courage to begin again. Let's bring our awareness to our breath. Consciously fill the stomach on the in-breath, then the chest, and the base of the throat. And then let it go, exhale. Fill the stomach, the chest, the base of the throat, and then exhale. Fill the stomach, the chest, the throat, and then let it go. Then when you're ready, gently roll to one side so we can get set up for our next shape. So a couple options on this next one. If you want, you can place some blocks like end to end on the lowest setting, and then maybe just place a blanket over the top, and then let your shoulder blades come on the blocks. We're lifting the chest, and if you have something for your head, it's kind of nice to have the head on a pillow. So if you have blocks, you can do that. You can also, if the blocks are too high, just use a blanket. And you can kind of fold the blanket enough to lift the heart. Roll the other end for the neck. The heart doesn't have to be lifted a lot, just a little bit, so it's not on the earth. A little support for the head, however much you need. It's more of an awareness to the heart being lifted. And then find what's comfortable for the knees, the legs. And then our last option, if you want to do this, you can bring the shoulder blades to a bolster and rest the back of the head on a block. We won't be here for very long, just enough to acknowledge this elevated heart, bringing awareness to our heart being supported. So draw that awareness to the heart. Imagine the bolster, the blocks, the blanket, whatever it is behind that heart. Visualize it as two hands, palms up, open, just cradling your heart, holding your heart tenderly, compassionately, and with complete presence and awareness. And then filling your heart with whatever you need. And with each breath, it fills and fills with whatever you need. Now you're welcome to remain here with the visualization of your heart being held and filled. You're welcome to come into your version of Shavasana whenever you like. And you can maintain that visualization. Whatever your shavasana looks like today, whether it's the heart lifted on a blanket, make your way there whenever you're ready. And then imagine your entire back body, your entire being held in the palms of two outstretched hands. Yourself fully supported with tenderness and compassion, with fortitude, with strength, with empowerment, with joy, and whatever you need to begin again. And as we begin again, we don't have a rush to get to the quote unquote end. But rather with presence and intention, we go from moment to moment, with increased self-awareness. We draw from the well of ourselves. We begin again whenever we need. Continuing to rest and renew. Allow yourself to just be. You're welcome to remain in Shavasana. If you'd like to roll over to one side and eventually make your way to a seated position for pranayama and seated meditation, I invite you to do that at a pace that fills your well. And once you get to a seated position, perhaps moving into your Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, which is our alternate nostril breathing. If you're familiar, just go ahead and start. And go at your own pace. And if you're not familiar, then I'll guide us through. Bring our thumb and our index together with our pinky ring and index finger, pinky ring and middle finger extended. And then our right hand will bring our thumb and our ring finger to the outside of our nose. And our index and middle are either on our third eye or they can be folded in. If they're on your third eye, sometimes that's more comfortable. And we're just going to alternate the nostrils that we inhale and exhale through. So we'll close the left, inhale on, or close the right, inhale on the left for 1, 2, 3, 4. Close left, exhale out the right nostril for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right for 1, 2, 3. Close right, exhale left for 4. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. If you're doing it on your own, feel free to continue as long as you'd like. Inhale the left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. You can release the hand down to the lap and we'll sit. Let's bring our hands to our heart space. We'll exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Om Shanti. 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 Om. Namaste.